Hello students, today we'll go through program 5 in Web Internet Programming Lab. Question is develop and demonstrate using JavaScript XHTML document that displays text growing with increasing font size in the interval of 100 milliseconds in red color. When the font size reaches 50 point, it displays text shrinking in blue color, then the font size decreases to 5 point. So here what we are going to say is, here we are going to create a JavaScript code that will display text in text growing, which means it will increase the font size in the interval of 100 milliseconds, and that will be displayed in red color. And when the font size reaches 50 point, it should keep decreasing, that is text shrinking, and that should display in blue color until it reaches 5 point. So here we are going to create a JavaScript program. So this program we are going to type it in Notepad and save it as .html, and then you'll be getting an output like this. Okay, so we'll go through the code now. So here, since it is a JavaScript program, so we'll be calling out two functions. One is for text growing and text shrinking. So initially you have to begin with HTML element, body, and then P element. The P element has an unique ID. That ID name is my P1, and the content is given as text growing. So the second P element ID is my P2, and the content is text shrinking. So as I told you, here we have two functions, text growing and text shrinking. So here we have a unique ID. The ID name is my P1 and my P2, and we are going to close the body element. Since it is a JavaScript code, we are going to write the JavaScript code within the script element, and we're going to declare the variable size that is equal to 10. And another variable, which is my weight1, we are going to call the function as set interval as a function, and we are going to pass two methods, that is grow text1 comma 100. Here 100 is nothing but the interval time for taken by the text to grow and to shrink. Okay, so the first function here is grow text. As per the given question, it should be greater than 50, right? So here, and if until it reach 50 point, it has to grow. Less than 50, it has to shrink. Okay, so if it is less than 50, then we are going to increment for increasing the size, font size of the text. Okay, so we are going to call the element by ID. The ID name is my P1, and we're going to set the font size that should be greater than 50, right? And if it is text growing, then it has to be displayed in red color. So that is what style color is defined as red for the particular ID, that is my P1. The my P1 has the content of text growing. Okay, and when it calls the function for text growing, the text shrinking function should be given or set in a hidden mode. Okay, so then what is the function of this time interval? Here is, so after the text is started to grow, it has to reach 50 point, then it will start to decrease the font size, that is called as shrinking. So that time you're going to call the function as set interval, and then the method passing is shrink text, and same, the shrinking also will happen in this time interval of 100 millisecond. And here when the shrinking happens, we are going to hide the text growing and set the point as visible for text shrinking, right? So now we'll see what is the function for text shrinking. So this text shrinking should happen until it reaches 0.5. So which is denoted as if size is greater than 5. Okay, so then here size is equal to size minus 1, and again we are going to get the element by ID, that is my P2 is the another element ID which is for text shrinking, right? So if it is less than 5, then it has to be incremented till 0.5, and when it reaches 0.50, it has to start shrinking, and that should be displayed in color blue as per the given question, right? So once text shrinking and growing is done, then we have to set clear interval for the particular time, set interval function, right? So then finally you have to close the script, and then you have to close the HTML element. Okay, so this program we are going to type it in Notepad, and we will be saving it as .html. So you can see the Notepad file here. I've typed the program here and I've saved it as .html. So now using the browser, so once you saved it as .html, you will be getting like this program file. And when you double click on this, you can see the output here. So here, so the text growing happens in the time interval of every 100 millisecond, that is displayed in red color, and text shrinking happens for every 100 milliseconds till it reach 0.5. So you can able to see the output here. Text is growing and then it is shrinking, and finally it reaches 0.5. So now we are going to clear the time interval. Okay, so this is the output for this particular program. I hope you all understood. We'll see the 6th program in the next video. Thank you all.